Hi guys, welcome back to Cheyenne O'Bray's channel. I am here spreading light and ruffling a few feathers apparently, so I have something I want to let you guys listen to for a second.
It would be better if you gave me that. This album is less than enough. I can't sell it. You're rapping about homosexuals and Vikings. I can't sell it. But either change the record or it's not coming out.
Hey yo, I sit back with this pack. So it gets me needed to be the most meanest MC on this.
So that's Eminem. I have loved him for as long as I can remember. Into my early childhood, I remember that Eminem was one of the very few artists that my brother and I could both agree on. We both resonated and related to his music. I think one of the things that has always drawn me to Eminem is his ability to not give a fuck, to literally say what he feels and tell his story through his gift of music. And he definitely is controversial, and he definitely has a way of ruffling people's feathers and being offensive. And I've been actually known to be quite controversial and offensive myself. Being a trucker's daughter, my dad always cussed, and it isn't a validation or an excuse, but cussing has always been just a way that I express myself. And thinking back and kind of understanding the taboo art of cuss words and the awe effect that they bring to people, I understand now why more people really paid attention. When my dad spoke, people listened, and there was something so empowering by watching him. And I'm not going to say that cussing is something that I aspire to do or something that I would even encourage my children to do, because I've even shared with them, somebody could call me a bitch, and I've been called a bitch plenty of times, that it doesn't really have a lot of power over me. However, if you came to me and you said something to me in such a way that I didn't understand, if you used a word that was beyond my vocabulary or my knowledge of, it would be way more offensive to me than if you called me a bitch. And so words really only have the power over us that we allow them to have. And I remember actually a story of when I had my foster children, and being African American and growing up in the city and then coming to the country, they received some hateful terms. They were said, the word nigger, and it was something very bothersome to my foster son especially, and he shared with me, how he didn't like that. It was okay that if his dad was to call him that, because it was accepted in that term from him, and it was, used in a different context, obviously. But for the kids to call him a nigger, it was really offensive. And so I had to teach him the power of allowing words to affect us. And I hope that they take those life lessons that I helped instill and carry them. And as sad as a heartbreaking reality is, people hurt people that are hurt. And I've shared that in videos in the past, but it really is true. But I want to go a little bit deeper, and it's interesting because I had a few messages from people, and some of them were really uplifting and inspiring and encouraging me to continue this path that I'm on and sharing my videos. And some, not very many, but I did have, I think it was 2 different people that sent me inbox messages kind of saying, we really love your message, but could you refrain from using cuss words? And I kind of felt a little bit convicted at first, and then I thought about one actually a couple of people who in my awakening journey I've followed, and they have cussed quite a few times. And I actually looked up Tony Robbins and his reason behind it, and it was pretty empowering and intriguing. And so I feel like in my mission statement, I am going to share with you that I am going to be controversial. I have a mission to mirror your own reality. And if that takes me being controversial and offensive, I'm going to go out of my way actually to trigger you. And here's the reason why. It is in that trigger, if I'm aiming to trigger you and I'm able to do that, it is in that trigger that you're able to go within and do some shadow work. Like, why is it that a cuss word is offensive to you? Why is it that we live in a world where people are so offended? And I mean, literally, people get so offended over things that just, I'm like, whoa, okay. Well, there is a science of taboo language, of cussing, of being offensive, of ruffling those feathers. Because honestly, words have the power to break the conscious mind. And it is my mission to do just that. Because I think that in that state where I break your conscious mind a little bit and make you go within, that is the key to being able to do that inner work and do that reflective shadow work and be able to grow. And so I also, will continue to shine my light of love and continue to be vulnerable and whatever else it takes to help you be who you are fucking meant to be. And I find so much power and so much growth in when we're broken down. And I honestly, it took me hitting rock bottom, and I'll share parts of that in my dark night of the soul with you guys as I continue to share my journey. But it really is my mission to help you embrace both your shadow and your light, so you can integrate into your highest potential self. And it really does take, figuring out those triggers and why we're triggered and why we're so easily offended by things to get back to home base. And that's who we really are and why we are the way we are. And I said yes to a date with destiny today. I registered and paid for my domain name, and I'm building the platforms on all the different social media platforms out there, and I'm launching what will probably be controversial and offensive to some, and I'm sure it's going to be used against me. I'm actually preparing for that reality just in case, because I feel very passionate and strong that this is destiny, my destiny. And I feel like that's why I feel so passionate about it. I've even figured out the niche of the company, but I'm launching the company come Tuesday, March 17th, and it's going to start out with just empowering people and spreading my mission statement, and I'm very excited about it. And also tomorrow, I'm doing an interview with a very good friend of mine, and this is gonna be a little controversial and it might be a little offensive, but I'm very, very passionate about spreading awareness and light in areas that need light. And so I hope that you tune in tomorrow and hear the message and spread the awareness as I share it with you. I hope that you share it, and being mindful of things really is key, and it's super empowering, and getting the word out there about some really corrupt things in this world that we live in, and speaking out and being strong enough to do that and being brave enough to do that. I really feel like there's things that have happened in my journey through this life that have given me the pain that it's taken to grow strong enough to be like, you know what? Awareness is key, and I'm going to spread awareness and empower people to really embrace the truth and to share the truth as well. And so I hope you tune in tomorrow, and also again on Friday the 13th. And then join me in celebrating on Tuesday, March 17th as I launch my Date with Destiny. Thank you guys. If you guys like my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, share, and definitely tune in. The next couple of days are going to be really exciting, controversial, and maybe offensive. So come, let me trigger you.